because I'll be on only half the time. So thank you.
No worries. Welcome, everyone. It's Jackie and an incredible team of amazing consultants and leaders, and some of our techies with us today. So just to give you a view of what this is, coming to you here on our second day of Paint It Purple, February 2019, hashtag JAFRA movement time. We wanted to do a little technology pause for you. So let me give you the overview of today. There is a list of things that repetitively need, Lori and I kind of always go, okay, we just want to do one recording to show you some tips and tours of technology. We've got the JAFRA app, we've got Facebook, we've got WhatsApp. We've got JAFRaRoyalty.com and all the technology or opportunities to talk to people through links in Beautiful. We've got, again, the opportunity with YouTube. So we decided, rather than make a manual, rather than make a PowerPoint, we're just going to kind of be live and interactive today. So the hashtag JAFRA movement has caused us all to get outside of our box. And so what I'm most excited about is many of you are trying new things, whether you're making a QR code and you're putting it on a business card and people can just hold up their camera and it goes right to a video or your website. Those are things that literally make life simple and make a cause and an effect reaction. So the app kind of caused this conversation, how to get happy with the appy, as Gina called it. But really, the app has its own course, and there's all sorts of platforms. Everything that we model from WhatsApp to Facebook is not made to be an annoyance, right? It's made to be a streamline of communication, and it's a system that you can duplicate in your direct sales business with your clients, your consultants, and your district. No different than, again, also being able to use phone tree calls. So we wanted to pause and try to put information in one spot and sort of just go live with you. So you can always reference back and look at all the tools that help you have more communication and conversations in a faster, streamlined way so that it's not chaotic, it's effective, right? So that being said, we did want to kick it off a little bit with the app today. We are not here to duplicate training JAFRA has, by the way. If JAFRA has it, we're going to show you where it is, okay? So you have a warehouse of training from JAFRA in Beautiful. Our goal is to do simple little things. If we see questions popping up in chat, how do I do this? How do I do that? Great. It doesn't mean we're going to solve it all today. That's not our mission, because we want to streamline some simple things that matter. If we get a plethora of topics, whether we as a region have experts in the region who are doing it and can teach us, or we need someone at the JAFRA home office to bring us that topic, cool, we're going to do that for you. We're using this Hot Topic Tuesday every month to bring you what your needs are, not ours. So we gather this because we're in platforms of being connected to consultants, new consultants, future leaders, and directors every single day. And that's where we compile what the needs are. All right. So just so you know what the purpose of this topic today, which is kind of tours and tips of today's technology. How do you have a bigger reach that causes an action or reaction of success, retention, or engagement? That's really what this is. Okay. So I wanted to first start with the President's Club of 2018. And they were involved actively with the history of the app. They were involved in a pilot team to kind of test it. It doesn't mean the app is the perfect system for everyone. We all have different needs for the app. And they will evolve as the app evolves and grows and changes. So what I first originally wanted to do was give you the opportunity to share what do you love so far about the app and how are you using it? And then what questions might you have about the app? And where's the resource for those answers? It could be Gina and Lori, who are here representing 2018 President's Club, or we might find it in the 80-page app guide. Again, that is sitting there. And if we have a need for more training, we have Will Ackerman at our fingertips who would be more than happy to bring us more training. So the goal is that we sort of take all of our technology components today, pause, show, and then again, see how you use it or what needs do you have further for education or to be using it better, okay? So I'm gonna kick this off. Gina, I hope you're available on camera there. And I'm gonna first start, and they're not prepared with a script or training, okay? But we're gonna talk about getting happy with the appy. So I'm gonna just involve the audience first. And then for those of you live, by the way, over on your chat side, you can type in, if you're not able to talk or be on camera, I use it for this. I love it because. Or if you want to type in, I have a question. Can I get this from the app, or how do I do that on the app? You're welcome to type it in. If I'm not talking, I will be working with the chat box. And if Lori and or anyone else is sharing, again, we'll go back and forth, making sure we try to get your questions, comments, and feedback, okay? So we're gonna kick this off with the app. So what I wanna do before I start saying what do you love most about it is from Lori/Gina, and again, we're not here preparing a script or a training. We wanted to be live with you. But they were involved with the app last year, and so I wanted them to give kind of a quick little view of what was the intention of the app, what did you love as you were creating it last year, and kind of what was the intention JAFRA put behind it, and maybe the future of what it could be. So is there any message from the President's Club, Lori and Gina, that you could share from the history to the future of the app in your shoes?
I think the first thing I would say is that the app is a work in progress. So I know that some of you have gone in there and I've gone in there, and there's been a few things I was like, man, why don't they have this? You know, why isn't this available yet? And all I will tell you is one of the cool things about it is that you can update it very quickly through the system. JAFRA can update it quickly. So when we send suggestions in or things that we're missing, you know, things like that, they can actually look at that and get it updated much more quickly than doing a system update on JAFRA system-wide. Because of the nature of an app, it's much more easy to update. Now, that being said, you have to actually, if there's an update that's launched and you don't have an auto update set in your phone for all your apps, you need to go in periodically and do an update manually in your app store. It's very simple. You just go to your apps. It says My Apps usually, and there'll be a little thing that say Update Available. And if there's one next to JAFRA Biz, you need to update it because if you don't, you're running off the old version of the app. Okay, so they don't always announce when they do them. So just periodically go in there, hit update, make sure there's no updates available. That would be my first tip. And then comment on, you know, and if you see something, if you notice something that's missing, send it to JAFRA. Send it to JAFRA Cares. They'll forward it to Will, Scott, or whoever. And they look at that stuff because they want the app to work for us. So even if it's not completely 100% what you need right now, use the pieces that are there because there are some really basic things that are super cool. It updates very quickly with your numbers for like every day. Their goal is 15 to 20 minutes. So that's really not bad at all. So when you're trying to do last minute things at the end of the month or in the middle of the month, you're trying to hit green by 15 or whatever, you can go in there and your new consultants pop up right away. So there was a situation Michelle Ainsworth had in January, right after it launched. And she couldn't, the JAFRA Biz it was glitching for some reason and she couldn't sign someone up. I suggested she use the app and the app worked to sponsor someone. So if you're having an issue on JAFRA Biz, try the app. You can sponsor there. It takes you right to your website, but for whatever reason, because of the way it goes into it, sometimes it'll avoid whatever's glitching out on JAFRA Biz. So just keep that in mind. It's a tool. It's a resource as an option for you to do your business and do it well. There, if you add a lead, you can take their picture right on the spot, and you can put in very interested, interested, not interested. And then it'll tell, JAFRA will send you up like push notifications, like don't forget, call so-and-so, you know, so it reminds you to follow up. So things like that, those things about it, it shows you where your district is, it shows you where your numbers are as a leader. If you're a consultant, it shows you, you can choose a goal, like I want to hit 500, and it will give you like a little, it's not an hourglass, it's a honeycomb. It'll show you where you are visually, and it will also show you in numbers. So there's all kinds of little things like that that are just cool little features that are really fun. One thing people have noticed is that if you hit the wrong back button or whatever, it'll go out and you have to log back in. Yes, it is uber annoying. But the reason for that so far is a security issue. And the reason is because your credit card's attached to that account. It has to do with finances, right? With your finances connected to you. So they don't want it sitting open on your phone somewhere and having it available for someone just to pick up your phone and use. So it's a security level of security. And there may be a point where they allow you to choose 10 minutes before you time out or something. I mean, who knows? We've asked for them to give us at least a timeout amount or something, but we're hoping that that'll come later. But it is a security feature. So if you remember that when you're frustrated that you have to log in again, just try to think of it as a positive, that it's actually they're protecting you and protecting your security of your financial information. So that would be some of my top things. There's lots. You can add events. You can message your clients, or not your clients. Your clients and your consultants straight from the app. You can message them or call them. Those kind of things. We've asked for things like notes, a notes area, birthday area, things like that. We've asked for those updates. We've asked for addresses. But if you guys send those requests in as well, you know, squeaky wheel gets the grease. So the more people that are sending those suggestions, and you can send them all in one email, just kind of go through the app and make notes of things you would love to see, and shoot an email to JAFRA Cares, and, you know, attention Will Ackerman, you know, or whatever. And the more of us that are asking for the same types of things, I think the more likely they are to put a higher priority. So, but don't be afraid to ask that, because the app is easy for them to update in the scheme of things, much more easy than updating, say, reports on JAFRA Biz or something. So that would be my kind of overview. You know, you go.
Thank you. Gina, what would you add to that? How are you using it? Tell us kind of what you saw in the process of learning it and being a part of the President's Club as well.
Well, I use it more in application of my own personal business, in that I use it for leads. That is just a simple tool, so I'm not losing little pieces of paper all over the place. So I try to be a little bit more organized and adding the leads. And if the lead permits me, I will take a picture of her and post that in my lead section. And having that, you know, interested, very, very interested in, I can't remember the third category. But anyways, that's really nice too. And then I can't remember. All of a sudden, I can't remember if there's a little section about notes about that person. But anyways, if there are, I do put them in, but I can't, for some reason. I haven't done one for a while, for a couple months, so can't remember, and I didn't look. But if there was, maybe if it's not in there, maybe I'll make that suggestion to Will about saying, oh, there's this person, she likes this, she was in JAFRA, she, you know, purchased this, whatever. I think just some helpful notes would be a good addition to that particular piece. So that's what I like about it. I've been trying to be better about putting the events on there so it's all one location, but I still use my calendar on my phone. So that is something that I haven't incorporated everything in. And then, of course, having the updated information about the consultants that's really helpful. So it's right there. I don't have to sit in front of my PC at home. I could just click on and find out some information that I'm not able to get had I not had this app, and I would have to sit in front of my computer. So that's my take on it thus far.
I think it really, for those of us who have been in JAFRA a long time, we have a lot of information on our phones already. We have a system already. It may not be the right time for us to transfer everything over unless we have a lot of time one day. But for new leads we're getting, I think it's a great spot. For new consultants, it's perfect because they start from scratch. And if they're starting from scratch and they put everybody in there right away, it's perfect for them because it actually will, when you put a contact in, it asks you, is this a lead, a consultant, another, a leader, or a lead? And then if it's a lead, are they interested, not interested, or somewhat interested? So, and it color codes everybody in your contact list so you can just eyeball it when you're scrolling. So especially for our new consultants that are coming in, I think the app is going to be extremely useful and a great way for them to keep everything organized. Like for me, I have in my Google contacts, I have a ton of things already set up. And so for me to transfer all that over from my older contacts would be a lot of work for me. But my new ones, I do put things in there. And for new consultants, I highly recommend it because for them, it's perfect because they're coming right in and from the beginning, they can have everything organized and see all their numbers and see everything right in their fingertips. So I think it's really cool for them.
Yeah, and I think that was one thing Scott said. You know what? You're going to have to take one day. It's kind of like I've taken 2 days to clean up Facebook and create new docs for you, all that we'll show you today, and create units. But it's done for the year, right? Like, oh my gosh, now everything becomes simple. And so it's awful. I'm doing it with Facebook. Oh my gosh, like the amount of work I'm doing to clean up a personal and a group page, is a JAFRA page is just so, it's a lot of work, but in the end, it's done. Yep. So if you can use everything on that business app and then be able to teach others, that's the goal. So right now, not maybe there yet, but absolutely a tool. The goal is that you can do exactly what Gina said. Everything in your business is right in that app. It's a soft launch. We just launched it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. So know that it's going to get better and better. The only way the app works, though, is you have to be the messenger. So leaders, you can't communicate to your branch of consultants unless they have the app. So your role in the beginning of the year is to get everyone connected to the app, get their free website on the Amber Region Consultant Team page. And those are the main things that are going to save you a ton of time. So if you want a year that you have more minutes to meet more people and produce more managers and consultants and meet new clients, it's what you're doing now. If it's storming out, sit in the house and get these projects done. That's what I've turned Minnesota into, right? So get it ready and get rid of all the other stuff. So your handy dandy big garbage bag, it's time. So JAFRA is giving us tools. We're creating tools today in technology that keep it simple. So again, everything they're saying, it is made to keep you organized. So a couple of questions and comments. So we're going to kind of open this up. You can see, now I don't know, is JAFRA, I don't get orders. Is JAFRA dropping this in orders? This is the sheet about the app that we had in Dallas.
No. Okay.
So
it in a couple boxes.
It is in the action, I believe. I think it's the same page.
And it's the one in the action. Okay. So that's a good tool to, again, put in your newsletter if you have a team to definitely drive forward from the action. I don't know my action I do, but I just don't have my page open to it. But this is really key that we use this information. You don't have to spend your time training them on the app, okay? You will see in here that in Be Beautiful, they go to JAFRA Royalty, and they go to Be Beautiful, and they go under training. there will be, and Lori's going to take us there on the tour, there will also be the JAFRA app guide. I always say print everything one time. Keep a master. And this year is about organization and simplicity. Time to clean it up, right? So just have a binder, one binder that has it all. So keep your calendar system, keep your app, keep whatever master copies you need. I have all mine in one place. And again, as you work with your clients, Mona taught us this beginning of the year, or the people you coach, an A to Z file, and everything should be able to be in a bag and on an app, right? Or one or the other. It's up to you how you operate. But again, that's really what this is. So you've got that, and if they don't know how to set it up, JAFRA has a video in training under the JAFRA app as well. There's a video for 2 minutes, and then there's the guide as well in Beautiful, okay? So this is really key because it personalizes your goals. It tracks your progress, like Lori said. Esther's over here commenting she loves it. It sets her goals and holds her accountable. So it's your own personal mobile coach. Really, really key. The more your team uses it, we're seeing already double digits of our consultants are on it at least 3 times a day. That takes you out of the motivational picture. As a leader, this app is to develop your team. As a consultant, it's here to remind you of what to do once you put a lead in there. Like Lori said, it's your secretary. Hey, by the way, time to call her back. Did you get back to her, right? So it's interactively guiding you to achieve success, okay? So it works for you. Keeps you connected so you can do a push out to your clients and you can do a push out to your team. So, but again, you need to have their contacts in there, and the consultants need to have the app. It's there to develop your team. And again, everything is here for them, and they just download it with Android and Apple. I'm going to pause because there were a couple of questions, and because I don't have a business or a district, I don't have a way that I'm able to use it like you. But a couple of questions that popped up. Is there a way, from Betty, she said, I download my contacts, but they're not organized. So from Lori, Gina, or anybody, how do you recommend organizing contacts within the app?
So it downloads them in somewhat of an order, but basically when you click on import, it pulls open all of them, and I'm not sure, it's basically in alphabetical order by first name. That is basically what it is. In the very beginning, it will pull in some kind of random things. And I think it depends on how your phone sees your phone list. Like if your phone pulls up all your favorites first, that's what the app does. That will pull up all those first. Or sometimes kind of random things. But it's usually only a couple little swipes and you're down to your alphabetical. And then to the right of each of them, there's a little dot. And you select the ones you want to import. So you don't have to import the auto body shop down the street that you took your car to, you know. So you only import what you have. Now, as we said, if you've been in JAFRA for a long time and you have 500 clients or leads, yeah, that's going to take you one day to get your stuff all organized. But once you pull them in, you can create groups, and you can even create groups before you pull them in and then add people later. So then you create groups based on what they are. Are they clients? Are they consultants? And you might have your Gmail contact list open on your computer and your phone in your hand so that you can see who's in each group and you can search by those groups, right? So you can kind of work it out in a way that works for you. Yeah, it's going to take some time the first time for those of us who have a lot. If you don't have a lot of contacts, rock star. It's not going to be that hard, right? But for those of us who've been in a while, it might take that day of organizing. But then once I get my kids into homeschool fully, I will take a shot at that. But it's so if you take the time, it is better than it was. Let me put it that way. If they have updated it, the first time we went through this, it was a little rougher. I just pulled it open again and it looks much more easy to navigate. So if you haven't tried it in a while, it looks like they might have updated something. So go in and start pulling in some more of your contacts, do a search, and just kind of see how it works for you. Maybe pull in 1 or 2 and see how it flows, and then go from there. But they're definitely working on this. We've talked about that with them. And again, all your feedback is super important. And the last piece that I would say is this app works when you use it. It's like the way the app is built is to respond to you based on what you do with the app. So when you use the app, it gets smarter about you and how you do your business, which is very cool and very updated and very tech savvy for the modern world. So when you start doing this and you take that day and you organize things and you start doing your business more there, it's gonna say, oh, she does this over here. She's interested in this. She's using this piece of the app, and it's gonna start responding to you and sending you your list of trigger things to do. It's called opportunities is what they call them. On your dashboard, all of that will start to update and change and work more smoothly for you because of how you are using the app. So if you're not sure it's for you yet, start using it. Give yourself a couple weeks of using it and see how it starts to adjust to you. And you might find that it's actually really amazing and that you love it just because you took a few minutes a day to work with it. So.
And again, if you are using it and you have a question, your fastest resource of team support is WhatsApp. So just pause and ask. Don't stay stuck. And then if you have suggestions, like Lori said, write to JAFRA Cares and give them the top 5 things on your wish list for the app's future. And everything goes direct to Will, who's the creation of this app. But it is true. Exactly what Scott said is what Lori just said. At conference, the more you use it, the more it works for you. So if you're waiting for it to work, you have to work it first, right? Kind of like the old school of business 101, right? So it's really, really true. So let me pause a second. Esther, I don't know if you can share. Are you able to speak right now, Esther?
And Jackie, let me add really quickly,
Okay.
when you're in the app, if you go to settings, click on contact JAFRA and email, it sends it. Email is apprequests@jafra.com. So it's a specific email attached to the app and goes directly to that section. So
Perfect.
Even more than JAFRA Cares, go into the app and actually go to your settings and contact them through there.
Rock star. That's perfect right there. That's awesome. Okay. So thank you. Esther, let me just pause a second. You love using it for your goals. It's becoming your new friend. Tell us your top tips how you use it.
So every morning I go in there and I look at what my goals were and what has happened since the last time I looked at it, so that I know where I need to get to or what I need to do. And I'm sorry, it looked rough. I'm having a spinal cord day, but so like this month the goal inside of the app says 3 new team members. My goal is 5, and I sort of pushed it to 5 because, thank you, Christy, I got 1 down, and I have a couple more that are already talking about joining. So since I need those or want those other 2 people in there, I'm walking it's like a little, I don't know, person that fills up. So when you get 1, that one is darker, and then when you get the second one, that one goes dark. So just watching that go across. And then there's several different ones that you can pick, like one says sales goal 500 or sales goal 1,000, sales goal 3,000. You pick whichever one you're looking for that month, and then you can sort of watch that bar going across there. So for me personally, I cannot get text from JAFRA like a lot of the leaders have been able to. And I've already talked to them about it. It's a service provider thing, not a JAFRA thing. So for me, this works really well because I can't get those goal texts. I can actually see it and track it like that.
Excellent. Very cool. So, and that's what it's designed to do. It's there for you, but that it's every day you see those goals. There's no better motivation. Now imagine you're Vicky hacking and you've got 150 leaders and, 4,000 consultants. Vicki could never do that with each person, but the app can. So as a team leader, how cool is it? You have a tool that works your team when you teach them to get on and get engaged with it, right? So your influence really matters to get phone chains out, to get messages out, to say the app is here, because it'll fine tune as we go. Like Lori said, oh my gosh, they've already added some things. We knew it wasn't perfect, but it's going to start to go from there. So let me ask a couple more questions, and then we'll take any other feedback to end our app section. So Katia had a great question. She did a message to everyone in her phone, or to a personal message, and everybody could see each other's phone. Is that, and forgive me because I'm as an employee, I don't have the option to be like that. Is that typically true and something we would want to suggest, or has anybody found a way to work around that? Just curious. So each person saw everybody's phone number, kind of like a
That's
group
a typical group text.
It's a group text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as I know, that's the way it is right now. I agree that would be really nice to not have that. And that is definitely a suggestion. That would be great to turn in. And like I said, just go right into your settings on the app and click Contact JAFRA and send them an email, because it will go straight to Will. And that's a great one to suggest, because that's something nobody wants to see that. Your clients don't want to be a part of a group text, just like they don't want to be part of group messenger.
Right.
So yeah, but as right now, as far as I know, there's not an option out of that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if everything could be BCC like email, right? The old has really got to become the new.
Exactly.
Right? So I love that. So we also had a question that's being answered in the chat in case you're listening to the recording. If I try to change my goals, how do I do it? Currently, Esther is saying, because she really uses that again, only the goals listed are what your goals are. But eventually in the future, thank you, Esther. She did talk to Scott about that, and we're going to be doing where you're able to do your own goals. We just did it right now based on our company goals and our movement, #JAFRA movement. But in the future, it'll be for you to set your own. So again, little things will continuously expand and grow. So it's user-friendly to be your personal app, not really what JAFRA's just kind of soft launching, okay? So anyone else that has other ways they love it and use it, and or any questions or suggestions?
I have something.
Question.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Because I have a lot of leads, rather than, if I think about it or look at my calendar, sometimes we think as women, oh, I don't have a whole day or a half a day to enter all this information. If you just grab 5 leads that you have, that you need to connect with, put them in the app and follow up with it. I've taken the power hour and I just do it in increments of 15, 20 minutes. And so eventually you get the people in there and get them in those categories. So you're not waiting for that perfect day, perfect time, and that you're able to connect with these people in a timely fashion. And it is really helpful. That dashboard comes up and says, oh, you have work to do. It's no different than corporate saying your to-do list, and it's really exciting to see.
Yep. I love that. When you put their name in, are you able to add letters? Like, could you, at least for now, you add their name, right? So you do their picture, you add their name, correct? And their phone number. So do you all, I mean, this is just old school, but like PS, PC, potential leader, potential consultant, I don't know what you all do, but are you able to add that to the end of their name like you do in a phone contact or a Google list?
I do, if it's a lead, for me, I do PIP and the day that I met them. To me, that just meant that I was out and about meeting them. So that's how I put it in my contacts. I put their name, PIP, and a date.
You could create a group for every event you're out doing, like PIP contacts could be a group.
Right.
But you can also, if you have a box for first name and a box for last name, and there's no parameters to it. So just like in your Google contacts, you can do dash whatever, like you're saying.
Or TT for tabletop, you know, so I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the key right here is how does your brain work with organization? Do you go by where you met them? Do you go by the month? Do you go by PIP? I mean, again, all I know is PS is potential sponsor, PC is a potential client, PH is a potential hostess. So I just go to the 3 Bs, right? But there's no right and wrong. It's what is your way to organize it. That's really a key factor, that as you put that name in, start now, because like Lori said, all of a sudden you could have 2,000 names and now you got to go back and redo something. While it's known you're doing this anyway, since you's in there, what do we want to do in granimalizing? And you have to create that system, right? So a C for a consultant, a C for a PL for a potential leader, direct or indirect leader. So think of your initials for now, or create those groups. I'm a groupie. So what is the way, you can see that in WhatsApp, everything to me is within groups because they have it helps me identify. Dates are key, locations are key, painting is key, whatever that is, create it now.
It's a common goal.
Right. It's serving them to their needs. So that group has the common post of the power of royal jelly if they're potential clients, right? Or a sachet person. So you want to create that. That's just being organized. So you don't go, oh my gosh, I can't even remember who this person is, right? And do it now while the app is new, right? That's the best part. So, because it's hard when you get big and you got to go all the way back, like Facebook gets out of hand with so many people and now you got to go change the whole thing. It's that same thing. Okay. So great. Lori, thank you, Gail. Sorry. And Shafika, you had something.
Hold on. Shafika, you're muted. Hold on a second.
Again.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, about the calendar, to be able to see like all your future events, because in the calendar, it only shows you the current month, you know, the events that you have going on in your current month. I've put in, you know, events, you know, appointments that I have in March and April, but it's, you know, you can't see them in your calendar here.
That is another one that I would suggest, have you send in us a suggestion. And again, the more of us ask the same thing, the more weight it has. So if that's something that anybody else here thinks is a great idea, send it in as a suggestion. Even though you know Shafika's doing it, you do it too. Because those are things that, you know, they're not consultants. They have experience and they have ideas and they have, you know, but some of this stuff, the fine tuning and the little bits of things like that, like that's important to us, right? So if it's important to us, we just need to ask for it. And they may not be able to do it right away, but it's a great suggestion.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, because it only shows, you know, it only shows your events that you have like for the next 5 days in the month there and everything. And if you're out booking appointments and scheduling appointments, you know, you want to know what's available in your next month and everything. So yeah, but I'll definitely send it. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent. Love it. Okay. Anything else on the app? Go ahead, Dia.
Okay. So I have a question. I know JAFRA is a secure website, so when you're entering credit card numbers and so forth, it's secure. But if you're out in public and you're using, you know, Dunkin' Donuts Wi-Fi, it's probably not secure anymore, right? So I'm always hesitant to let people shop from my app or, you know, sign them up on my app because I'm out in public.
So I use my phone's mobile data. I don't use Wi-Fi in public. If I'm doing anything like that, I turn Wi-Fi off and just use my data.
Okay.
That's my layer of security because I know that someone's probably not going to just grab, you know, Sprint's exact Wi-Fi for data for me for my phone. Whereas in a situation like in Dunkin' Donuts Wi-Fi, that's not secure.
Right.
I agree with you. So that's how I handle it because it's just not, it's not a public. It's my data from Sprint is my data from Sprint. It's not a public access thing like Wi-Fi. So that's what I would do. That would be my suggestion. JAFRA encrypts things both ways, so I'm not worried about security once they're on the site. But I agree with you. If you're on public Wi-Fi, that's just, no matter if you're doing your banking on your app or, it doesn't matter. You should not be on public Wi-Fi.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Love all the involvement on the app. Anything else about the app? Okay. So we're going to just share with you a format of communication. This is just adaptive right now to our region for 2019. And I kind of live life every 6 months. This is for now. Life could change drastically in technology and tools by July. I don't know. But I always think about 6 months is about as long as we can probably stay technology to its finest. So just a couple of tips of how we will communicate as a region so you know a little system. First and foremost, we will use WhatsApp. I currently have regional groups. And so the regional groups are aligned to the calendar. Okay, so when you look at our regional calendar, which we're going to take you on a little Facebook tour in a minute and WhatsApp, but when you take a look at the regional calendar, you will see the regional support is regional training in blue, regional coaching in red, and you will see regional tour in brown. Everything else is ideas in the world that help you plan and have a successful Paint a Purple month every month, and all of the training that JAFRA has in purple. So there's gray and there's purple. When you take a look at the blue and the red, WhatsApp groups are designed for that. And you're going to see we now even have it aligned as well to our Facebook. So we're trying to be kind of granimalized, right? We're trying to be packets or pockets of information all organized as if you had a 12-ring binder, okay? That's really our goal, that you don't have to logically try to figure out where to go. So in WhatsApp, if you attend Smart Start Sunday or you have a consultant that attended, you will then be added to the Smart Start Sunday WhatsApp group. But I can't add you unless you literally register, okay? So as a leader, if you say, hey, can you add so-and-so, in our front cover of our workbook and all of our slide guides, we have a live link that will allow them to join our Smart Start Sunday WhatsApp group. We have a live link for you to register. So we need you to use those links. We put them in the chat box on Sunday nights as well. All of the trainers will have those behaviors. So in order for us to give you credit with recognition, graduation, and get you into the WhatsApp group, for sure, in case you didn't do the live link and get added there, that's how you get in. So leaders are messaging me saying, add her, but she hasn't downloaded WhatsApp. So in order to make WhatsApp work for you, even creating a group for your branch, your clients, or your district, they have to be in your contacts. So in order to be added into the WhatsApp group, unless we invited you as an administrator, and then you've downloaded WhatsApp, okay? So they have to download, then be in my contacts, or download and click the live link to go into the group. We add the leader and we add the consultant, so that, again, our Smart Start Sunday group is interactive because leaders are cheering each other on, sharing ideas. It's not based on what Jackie does. It's an interactive community. WhatsApp's purpose is networking, recognition, sharing, and kind of inspiring each other based on keeping interaction going. Just like Facebook, but more of a kind of a chatty area, right? A community share group. So you're going to see there's Smart Start Sunday. For those that show up in Coaching Monday, which is right now driven towards Los Cabos and Disney World, that is Magic Mondays. There is, again, anytime you show up, we add you into that WhatsApp group, and that purpose is very clear. It's what we're doing to sponsor and or promote to earn a trip. That's here between now and July. Okay, so that group will change. Coaching, there's 2 coaching groups. There is the one-on-one group, which I call the Comp Plan Climbers. They have a purpose and a mission to get to district manager level 3 since our new comp plan changed this year. And that group has their own little group that we use to kind of update our dates and our times. They do one-on-one coaching, okay? So if that's your need and that's your commitment, great, you can be added to that, but you have to go through an interview with me and make sure that's your goal, to be able to have weekly coaching calls with me and or your upline, okay? So that's another group. And then we have the Amber Region the Amber Region Leader Group, all right? So consultants, you're in Smart Start, and once you promote to leader, we'll take you out of Smart Start, and we're gonna welcome you to the regional group, okay? So within there, what our goal is that we will no longer be posting documents in WhatsApp. So you won't be getting it in this group and this group and then this group, and then I gotta go to Facebook, and then I gotta go to 2 groups on Facebook. Lori and I do things like 5 times, 6 ways, different personalities, and then we forget a place, right? So to streamline, we will no longer be posting documents in WhatsApp. Everything goes to one place for documents or our links. That will be in our Facebook group. We will no longer have the leader group because we have the leaders WhatsApp group. And everything that we organize on Facebook is literally now organized in units, and we'll show you that. So I wanted you to see how we're going to streamline duplication. So anything that we have that's regional in documents or links or recordings, you're going to see go right into units. So you don't have to scroll around and go, oh, where was that? You don't have to search. It's so organized, we'll show you, okay? You will not have it duplicated in all these different WhatsApps, and it's in your phone a million times, okay? So our goal is to simplify, and you need to just know where to go. That's all this is, okay? So, yay to Lori and I. Units changed our life. I'm so stoked on units. I can't even stand myself. And at first we're like, oh, where did our topics go? What happened? Best thing Facebook ever did. So we're going to show you that. But before I go to Facebook, because we want to do a little bit of fun on Facebook, we have a plethora of questions on Facebook. We're not going to do Facebook training. Smart Start Sunday has it. Beautiful has it. And social.jafra.com has a couple of things there for you too. And you can Google your heart out on Facebook. But there's a few things we want to be able to show you, okay? Maybe how to do Facebook Live. Maybe what are these units? And now how do I see it all organized? Because I'm going to tell you why. You run a business, just like we run a region as a team. Your client VIP group, you can upload cool documents and coupons and everything in units too, right? You can do, or in different techniques and organization skills. You can do that in your groups for your branch or district. Everything we do is a model of you staying simple as well, with clear communication and simplicity. This is a year with no more chaos. This is a year I want you to clear the trash, throw it away. If it's not in the unit, you don't need it. And if you have it from 1982, it no longer appeals to anybody's verbiage. Okay? So don't worry, we'll update it. If you have something that's really good, I want you to know this. Email me. I will look at it, and I'm going to tell you if it's suiting for the times, or I'll edit the words like I just spent my entire weekend doing with every document on my desktop. Okay? Not because I'm smarter or better or different, but we studied in the college courses the words and trends of the marketplace. JAFRA is very wise to it. And everything we do, we want a brand of JAFRA. So I don't want us to have to create a lot, to be really honest. we're only going to have in our units the gaps of what JAFRA doesn't have yet. And when they have them, we're trashing too. Okay? So I hope you feel like you maybe could lose 10 pounds, some of you 100 pounds, not during peak hours, but in your downtime. Go ahead, get your flannels on, get some hot cocoa, and go get a trash bag. And I swear you will breathe after you throw it away. If it was that gosh darn good of an idea, you'd be doing it and you'd be a millionaire. Okay? So please throw it away. If you have some all-time favorites on your desktop that do work for you, send them to me. Lori and I will update them or whatever, and we'll put them in a unit. Okay? So that's our goal, that you just don't even have to have it on your desktop. It's in a unit for you. I don't know about you. I trashed so much this morning. My computer like pops up in 2 seconds. I'm free. So are you. Okay? So that, again, is key. Before I go to Facebook, let me pause a minute. And I just wanted to talk about WhatsApp. Okay? So you won't have to do a lot of searching anymore. Okay? Because a lot of times you're looking for a document. But when you go into your WhatsApp, we've already posted in there, but you can search. Okay? Lori's going to show you the screen. And we've done this already. You'll see it in our unit. We've given you some of the top tips, especially our new consultants on Smart Start Sunday, on how to mute the sound on your phone. Our goal is to have less sound, but intentional sound, okay? It's a place where you can ask questions and help each other. It's also, you're going to see here, she's done a great handout on how to mute, how, again, Lori, I'm going to let you talk because you created it. So what are the top things that you like about what you see here? So I don't want to talk for you. So go ahead. What did you create in this document?
So there's a longer where I explain every single piece of all the little doohickeys. That's a technical term, by the way, on Zoom. And I will add that to the tech training. It's more geared toward leaders who are running meetings and that kind of thing. But for our new consultants who are just getting on Zoom, or consultants who have been in JAFRA forever and are getting on Zoom for the first time, I wanted to make sure that when you join a meeting, you know what the things are that you need to know. Just how to turn on your sound, how to turn on your video. So that's what that top half is. It's basically, you look at the number underneath the icon, and the number corresponding down below tells you exactly what it is. So it's kind of just a simple, basic thing for joining a meeting and being involved. On the bottom half, it's all about WhatsApp. So one thing that we've seen happen multiple times is people are like, oh, I've got to delete WhatsApp. I just can't stand all these notifications. What you don't realize is that for every single chat that you're involved with on WhatsApp, you can individually mute them. Or you can mute WhatsApp for, one of my consultants got it muted for a whole year. So you can go in, and if you just go click on the 3 dots that are right next to if you open the chat that you're in, so Smart Start Sunday was the one I chose, and there's 3 little dots to the right of that. You click on it and you just click on mute notifications. It doesn't mean that you're not going to see the information. It just means that when you want to see it, you can open the app and read all the messages, but it won't ding and up and buzz and everything on your phone the whole time. And it's spelled out. And then on the right here, it's how to connect with your computer on WhatsApp on your computer, which I absolutely, hands down, absolutely love, because it makes it so much easier to share information and download things and see things and scroll and type and all of that. And then at the very bottom, it says, can't remember where you saw a post? Use the search icon, magnifying glass from the green bar at the top, or the search menu, which is right here on the left, right above where I circled mute notifications. There's a search box, and that search box is only for the chat I have open. So you can there's a couple different ways. Within WhatsApp, you can search by a word, name, topic, whatever, and it's going to take you, it's going to pull up only those things that have that word or topic or name, the person's name, in it. So it's just a 1-page top tips that you can hand out. You can send it. It's in there as a photo. It's in there as a PDF. So it's completely shareable. So if you have new consultants who are, or older consultants who just are nervous about WhatsApp, don't want to get all that, this is what you send them, because it's just step by step and it shows them exactly how to do it.
Excellent. So thank you for that. So a couple of tips on the WhatsApp. Definitely download the desktop. I can't even begin to tell you. You can click on the arrow and share it forward to your groups, because I know I'm communicating with 3 groups typically at a time, so I just do it once. I share it forward if it's adaptable to those needs of those different groups. So it absolutely is amazing that way. The key is, again, right away, get that sound off, because that'll be the annoying. But I'm going to ask all of you that are in some of the groups, if you have a personal request, rather than everybody going, you know, hey, Lori, can you send me this? And Lori, can you please message them? They're in WhatsApp. Just go click on the little pen like you're going to write a chat to a new person. Choose Lori and write to Lori. Don't make all of us look at you and Lori having a private chat. So I'm just going to do a couple of etiquettes, because
I don't see all of that. So if I'm asleep or I'm in a meeting or whatever,
right,
100 notifications and I don't get tagged. So unless you tag me, I'm not going to get something saying that you asked me that question, and you might think I'm ignoring you, and really I just didn't see it. So if you, whether you Facebook message me, WhatsApp me, whatever, do it directly, because it's going to save you a lot of time and you'll actually get a response.
Yeah, it's really just kind of communication 101 today. It's really because we have so many formats of communication. If you're going to respond in a group text, if you're going to do anything, and it's really directed to a person or two, please make your own conversation, okay? So, because again, annoying people's tolerance is kind of gone because there's so much communication. So we want to keep everybody connected. The purpose of it is recognition, motivation, inspiration, and just keeping everybody connected. It's a community, and so always think about that. Would you pick up the phone and listen to someone's conversation? No, in the old operator days, right? So anyway, it really is just being thoughtful and mindful of, again, all that we are chatting with within that group. So it's very purposeful. Do that as well. I believe in WhatsApp wholeheartedly. If you go, when I did the market trends for the college course for party training in January, WhatsApp is the absolute lead of communication in today's world. And Zoom, they're absolutely up there. So as a leader, as a future leader, as a business owner, WhatsApp is wonderful. You will also see Zoom. It is still free today for 40 minutes a month for about 40 people, unlimited on a camera. You saw your Smart Start trainers on Sunday night. Lori and Marie did a back of the hand demonstration and a mini party setup. That's a 15-minute party on Zoom with people all over the nation, right? So between WhatsApp and Zoom, we model it, but think about, how do I do that to gain more clients, more hostesses, could be a live party, to gain more future leaders and consultants. So really pause and be purposeful to using free technology. As you pay for more time, WhatsApp has its own community or opportunity where, is it still $14.95 a month?
That's Zoom. And
Zoom,
they just upgraded. If you have the free version, you can have, I think it's up to 50 people for 40 minutes, and it usually cuts off about like 35. But if you're one-on-one with someone, it's unlimited, and they just changed that. So if you're on with a new consultant, or you're on training one of your consultants or whatnot, even if you have the free version, it's unlimited as long as no one else joins the meeting. And if someone else joins the meeting, your 40 minutes starts then, not when you started. So it's really, even just for people who don't want to pay the 15 yet, even though I think it's amazing to have the tools that come with that. But even if you don't, you have one-on-one time unlimited now with just you and one person. So it's pretty cool.
Well, and even having that unlimited, think about party at a hostess's home, right? So she invites people without limit all over the US, her social media friends, And they could have, you'd have 40, 50 people. You set up your laptop next to the table and they're at the party, right? They're at your meeting. So again, think about how to leverage the power of technology with more reach so you work less minutes and multiply through more people. And $15 a month, I pay $100 a month for a phone tree message, which is boring and horrible, but it's away from my voice. You are the brand, okay? So camera to voice is the closest human connection. Typing, only so much. With technology of recorded messages to live interaction with people, I'm going to challenge you to move different and multiply your minutes and engage more people at one time. I will also give you a tip. A tip is this. As a leader, if you're doing an interview, if you're talking on the phone, put the phone down and get on Zoom. There's one thing we learned last year in crazy computer chaos. Many of you were on the funny hat nights. Many of you were watching us all get bags down to here. But you know what? To take someone at 90 years old and say, whoa, 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 let me get in the house. It's 9 at night. Get Zoom. Here, I'm going to send you a link. Download Zoom. And she's like, what? I don't know what that is. Fine. Get on. And when she could see how to learn how to order or learn how to do a report, and she was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. The power of showing and telling versus tell. Retention is 80% more effective. Coaching. When I literally do not do phone conversations. If I'm doing 12 hours of Zoom one by one, it's far more effective. You will talk less. You will be more effective because we're eyeball to eyeball. So again, in technology movement, College Course 101, the power of a camera and your voice and being able to sit in a fake room, it's a Zoom room, is far more effective. And when you come on to a training, have your camera on and be interactive. I always say, if you can, give yourself the value to not be on a hidden camera. I challenge you all to be a meeting speaker and everybody's blacked out. It feels horrible.
Yep.
It's not okay. Don't do that to a speaker. That's like being in a meeting. We just hired Zig Ziglar. That's an old dog, but okay. So we hire Zig Ziglar and we all have beats on our ears. How do you think Zig's presentation would be? So give yourself the freedom to be present where you're present, because you will learn and never have to look back at your notes. I hope you walk away with 1 or 2 things that lead you to a different action or inspiration, not pages of notes. Just be present. So presence is connecting, face to face, voice to voice, right? So, all right, Lori, did you have a thing?
Yes. So if you're doing a party at someone's house and she wants to invite other people in on Zoom, my top tip to you is to get yourself a Bluetooth headset if you're going to be doing this, and log into Zoom yourself on your phone and have the Bluetooth on your ear as your voice for the party, okay? And then just like you've seen other trainers do, because they won't be able to hear the rest of the people at the party. So if someone at the party asks a question, you repeat the question. For those of you in the internet, on the internet, on Zoom, in our Zoom room audience, Susie asked if royal jelly is good for scars, right? Or something like, whatever it is, you repeat the question and it's just natural and you can go back and forth. But when you have a Bluetooth headset, a lot of them are noise canceling. So it's going to cut out all the shh and the rustling paper and people tapping their pens, right? So it's going to make the sound better. And you can even record it if she wants to share the party with her friends later or something like that, right? So there's all kinds of things. The same with going live on Facebook. If you can connect your Bluetooth to your phone, your sound on that live is going to be much better. So the live that I did the other day outside, the wind was blowing. I think it was probably blowing 20 miles an hour, blowing snow and ice and everything else, right? But the sound was good because I had my Bluetooth headset on And that's what I was using for my sound, even though I had my phone out here. So you can get these. I can post the link again. The one I use, I keep buying the same one because I really like the sound. I'm sure there's more updated ones, but just find one that says it's noise canceling, and then get one for yourself. It's a great investment. It's a write-off, and if you do anything online, any lives, anything like that, mine connects to my Surface laptop as well. Many of the laptops now are also Bluetooth connected. So you can connect your headset to your laptop, and if you're doing something on there, your sound is going to be much, much better, much more professional sounding.
Good point. And of course, do you got your O-light?
I don't right now. I have a little desk lamp that I just turned on.
I know, I got to go find all my little widgets and gadgets.
You have
here.
a big one. I just haven't set it up.
So again, getting the little O-rings, I guess I call them. Having light for me, because we're all about technology. I just have a really bright desk light that sits above, because Lori always teaches us, right? You want light coming from down, not up, right? So you always have this angle down. So doing things like that, having your Bluetooth does matter, right? The other thing, I know Betty asked about this the other day. So I have these little, I don't know if you can see them really clear, but they're like Walmart little clippy holders. So I have them positioned up my desk, and I have these little rings.
That again, because I've got you on speaker view now.
Okay, sorry, thank you. Okay, so they're just these little things in the hardware department. I don't even know, they're just holders, right? Little clamps. So I have them positioned at height for my phone, and I have these little rings that I buy at Walmart for $2-3. And so one is to just hang my phone, and I've got it positioned on there so it comes down on me, and so that's where I do my Facebook Live. So I use the middle ring for that. My bottom ring is I keep it strong and stable so that if I'm doing, it's a stand, right? So getting little widgets and gadgets, as well as some people say I don't have a camera. Walmart's cameras are $10 just for a computer. So until you buy your laptop or your tablet or you update, make sure you've got the little widgets and tools that make everything a movable business, so you're multiplying everything that you do, right? And being the best at technology, you may not, you'll learn through it, it's okay. But there's so many cool tools. When in doubt, ask each other in your WhatsApp group, okay, suggestions, or Google. Google's always my answer for everything. So if you're stuck, your solution's always going to be ask a question of Google, right? Or each other. So and let me pause, any questions on WhatsApp, Zoom, or technology tools that we talked about before we turn over to a little tour?
I have a question. So I only done Zoom once. It didn't last very long because I had sound, but the girl, I couldn't hear my participant. So we end up using our cell phones, but that was horrible. The feedback was ridiculous. So don't do that. But I don't, like, if I'm looking at you guys now, I'm looking at your faces on the screen because that's where I want to look. Should I be looking up at the camera when I'm doing a training? Where do you look?
If you, so,
because I want to talk to you, so I'm looking at your eyes.
Yep, I know. We all do that. And or sometimes we'll look at ourselves while we're talking. For some reason, it's like you're talking to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the trick that I usually use is, like, if I move my window over so that Jackie is positioned right under my camera, which is like this far above where her face is, but it looks like I'm looking at her right now, but it looks like I'm pretty close to looking in the camera.
Oh, okay.
So if I look down at Jenny at the bottom, hi Jenny, yes, it looks like I'm looking down, but if I'm talking to her, that makes sense. Okay, so, and if you have your, I go out of full screen so I can do that. So I take Zoom out of full screen, and then I can move the box around, and I can move it so that it appears as close as possible as I'm looking central to the camera. It's really not that big of a deal. The only thing I would say about cameras is, just for the sake of whatever. Having them up a little bit, right above eye level, is better view. It makes you look better, and it just is a better view. So mine is about here. That's where my camera is, and then I have it tipped down slightly toward me. Okay, so if I have it more straight, I can't really do it because it's hooked on the back.
Which is where mine is, and you can only see my chin and up. Yeah.
Right. And for you, Dia, just get yourself a little desk lamp. They're like $15 at Walmart.
Well, I have a lamp. I move around one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can just turn it on. I actually have mine pointed at the ceiling because I have windows in front of me here too. But the light is still lighting my face. So it just depends on how bright it is. But there's little tips like that. You don't have to spend a ton of money. You can get lights on Amazon for $15-20 that are social media gurus, get this light, you know. But the thing is that it lights up your face. And so when you're online, people can see your expressions better and all of that. So that's all. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully that makes sense.
These little guys, they just clamp right on with light.
that one's cheap and it's bright. It's really
they get really bright. Yeah, and I just carry these in my travel bags. So I mean, it's just keeping it simple. I think the key is you don't have to be a technology master, but start paying attention as you do this, because look at your skin. You're a beauty consultant, so do the lights, give you that skin look, right? That luminous look. Look at your backdrop. You're a stage. Okay, so how do I look like I run a JAFRA office? Okay, what is that image I'm after? What is my message? It's kind of like if you were in the Magic Makers, I said, where's your Mickey? Right? There you go. Look at Betty. So your team's not going to believe anything unless they like create some vision. So have fun with it, right? Gail's always got her props right next door to her. So if you looked over here, I have 3 different compartments. I could take you from Valentine's Day to Mickey Mouse to money to bees to, I have it all sitting here. I'm going to paint. I am going to go purple. So the more you do it, again, it's your style, it's your personality. But it's like a meeting live as best as you can get. Do I think it's the answer? No. In a room, nothing like touching, hugging, talking, seeing each other. But in the meantime, the way the world is expanding, be thinking consciously in a different way, right? So that was our goal today, to kind of do some technology basics that you feel empowered to try something else, to create a different sense of multiplication and meeting more people while you're already working, okay? So I'm gonna do one more question, and then I'm gonna actually go to sharing my screen. We're gonna hop on Facebook and just do a couple little things on Facebook. And I'm just gonna end with a little bit, one more time, copy and paste on Be Beautiful. And even maybe what is a QR code, because I get asked that all the time, okay? So that being said, questions on WhatsApp, Zoom, or anything we've talked about so far stirring in your mind? I think I looked at chat, I didn't see anything out there pending for questions, just a lot of comments, which is awesome. Any questions or feedback, ideas, anything?
I'll tell you one more tip. Dia, you mentioned your sound. This is on the one-page document as well, but the little arrows next to your video and your microphone, those, sometimes you have to select a different speaker or a different microphone for it to work, depending on your computer, how it's connecting to the internet, how it's connecting to Zoom. So if you have that problem again, try changing that. And then she might not have her audio set up correctly. And if she's on a phone, she has to tap her screen. If she's on a mobile device, she has to tap her screen and choose call in with device audio. And when she does that, it will connect her to you in the meeting.
Cool. Thank you. So Dia, you took the challenge of the QR code. What's a QR code and how do you like it?
Okay, so I made a whole sheet of QR codes, see?
Oh my gosh.
So I went to QR thing. I think that's the website. and it walks you through. I know I had a lot of questions. I actually end up asking them, which size do I pick? Do I do a PDF or a JPEG or whatever? They have all these abbreviations. And the guy said, just pick whatever. I don't remember which one it was now, but it's the one that doesn't give you all these choices. Pick that one. And so I ended up with a QR code. I copied and pasted it to a Word document. And what it does, it brings people right to my website when they hold either a QR reader on their phone or they just need to hold their camera on it. And it just brings them right to my JAFRA website. So I stick it on materials that don't do well with ink or stamps because they smear really easily. And what I did, backing it up, I had copied and pasted it to a Word doc, and then I shrunk it. So I have like 3 sizes, like 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch, depending on which size I want. And then I took my label paper that has, I think it's 30 labels, 10 rows of 3, and I just moved them all over so they fit. I held the label page on my screen, and the light through it helped me see where the QR code was, and I was just moving them around. So I got 3 on each label, and then I have, I don't know, 3 times, you figure out the math. I have a lot of little QR codes on here, and I just take scissors and snip them and stick them on things that I want to. And the young people think that's cool, and they all know what I'm talking about when I say QR code. They go, oh yeah, yeah. Well, they know they
90 different QR codes. That's why I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But you just printed it.
I
That's
just
awesome.
snip them. Yeah, it's on the label paper. So,
Great.
you know, the address labels. So it's really convenient.
And so what it does is, if you have ever done Weight Watchers, like when you go to the store, you just put it up to the code on the product and it tells you how many points you have. That's that's UPC codes, right? That's here, but that's what it does. It takes you right to their app and they interact. If you do that on a brochure and that you hold your camera to it, it takes you right to the website, right? To Dia's website. So the reason I want you to feel empowered to be completely new and crazy different. How do we drive more action, more movement, okay, this year? So I just let me share my screen. All right. So congrats, Dia. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. So I want to just share with you an example. All right. So sorry if I'm going to bounce for just a quick minute. All right. I'm going to just take you to one example only of this. Okay, bear with me. I got to find which one. Okay, here we go. So you will find this in your unit. And I'll show you the Facebook units. We're going to end with Facebook. So this is in your units right now under PIP, Paint It Purple. So this is an invitation that I'm going to use when I'm painting up purple. I have quite a few stops for painting up purple over the next 2 weeks myself here in Minnesota if it stops storming for Gina and I. But what I've got is I took the Let's Get Royal Jelly Spa Party, and I added in just a couple of graphics, and you can all use this. I put the QR code. If you do the QR code right here, it's actually the Power of Royal Jelly video. Then it just invites them after I give them a sachet or whatever. I use the words from our college course training that were the hot trends that people are looking for. And this is the QR code about how to have a business with the community of JAFRA. So it's sponsoring and it's product. You print this. It doesn't go to my website. I don't have one. And what it does is it literally takes them to JAFRA Beautiful. So when I went in, and let me go back here. When I went into Beautiful, dun, 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 all I did was I just went to QR Zing or QR Ing. I don't remember which one it's typed over there. When I went in there, I went to my library, Key Tools of the Month. And this is where the main videos are that I tend to use. So I went, okay, I'm going to do the, where's my Power of Royal Jelly? Right here. I copied that. And when I went to QR, I'll just go here for right now. And I wanted to make my own code. I just quickly pasted, boom. I did the static, so it was really easy. Oh my gosh, there it is. There's my code to the Power of Royal Jelly video. I just downloaded it really quick and I saved it on my desktop. I'm not going to do all those steps. But literally, I now have a QR code to the Power of Royal Jelly. That should go on every label, like Dia said, everything that I print. So I have them all saved in a folder. This was free. You can do more. You can even add a logo. Look at that. You can add a logo to it. But anywhere, the gym I go to, there's QR codes for donations to the church. There's things about the membership, everything. They're all over. So it's just you again going in. When you go into Beautiful, you can copy and paste anything you want. If you want to text all of your clients, WhatsApp all of your clients, there's the brochure link. You open up an email if you choose to. I just copied the link to the book. I'm going to open up my email. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to do a new email. I'm going to get ready to type. I'm going to right-click paste. I'm going to send that to a group, and there goes my catalog. Okay? Whether you want it, flipbook, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, it's opening up what you have, whether it's your phone or your computer, and copying and pasting. Okay? So this is one of the tools in the units, and I added the QR code so it was kind of gender neutral, right? Or business usable neutral. So let me take us back to Facebook. All right. So what I want to share with you on Facebook, again, I'm not here to do a Facebook training, but we wanted to give you a new view of Facebook now that we're streamlining our communication. Bear with me. I'm going to move this back. So when you go into the Amber Region Consultant Team, again, I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Don't welcome someone to your team until they're in the Amber Region Consultant Team group. They won't see it. It's a private group. It's a closed group. So the minute you sponsor, which we do on Smart Start Sunday, we invite them. When the email goes out, I'll give you the streamline of new consultant information in just a moment. But you need to have them join the Amber Region Consultant Team group the minute they join JAFRA. When they do that, then they will be able to see our welcome message to them. Okay, so then go in, and while you're with them, take a picture of them. Even if you're on Zoom, take a snapshot picture. This is a snipping tool. If you want to be able to maybe go on Facebook and find their picture, that's just a pair of scissors that you can copy and paste something, okay? So if I wanted to, maybe I haven't met them, but I want to do a snipping tool of their picture. I'm just using this as a picture. So I'm going to do a new little snip. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to hit copy. All right. Let me close this out. Oops, sorry. Let me close that out. I'm going to go back here again. And I'm going to write, paste or right click on it. Sorry. Hit paste. And her picture is going to be there. And I'm going to say, help me welcome Christy, my new consultant, to the Amber Region. Okay? Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Okay? So grab a picture or take one of her and upload it. Let me just get rid of that because I don't want that. Okay? So again, I'm just going to do a couple of simple things. We can welcome them, but we want them. Oops, actually go, it doesn't matter. We want them to be able to see it, right? So that is our goal. Let me cancel that, sorry. And so again, try to think, how do I share with them in a different recognition? Okay, that would be kind of my goal, that you pause and realize that she's not seeing it. Just like WhatsApp, if they join WhatsApp, anything you did before that, they can't see. The minute they join, they start to get in the feed, okay? All right, let me go show you organization. I'm gonna show you a couple quick things. One is units. I'm not taking you, oops, sorry. I did that, stay on this page. Let me go to units. All right, why is that doing that? What am I doing here?
Click leave this page.
What was that, Lori? I'm sorry.
It still thinks you're trying to post. Just say leave.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, just say leave it. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Sorry, I didn't realize. I thought I did that. My bad. Okay, thanks. All right, so units. Here's what Lori and I have created for you. In the units, you're gonna scroll down when you click on units, and you're gonna see it's like a 3-ring binder with 12 tabs, okay? This is all very intentionally organized. So there's 12 units. So you don't have to go into this search bar, and that's on here, and type in Smart Start. You don't have to. It's all organized by that calendar. So when you go into Smart Start, here's what I will show you. I want your consultants to go find things, not you managing them. Teach them to be independent. Give yourself more time. Just say, oh my gosh, go into the Facebook group we just added you to, go into units, and there's all of your new consultant training. So what is here? There is the Be Your Best guide that we talk about on Smart Start Sunday. This is our recognition we have them register for every week. When they click into the tools page, again, you'll see that's a main page with all the live links to WhatsApp, Facebook, Zoom, everything is there. This is the Smart Start workbook that we train from. That's you as a leader, your coaching tool, okay? That's your coaching tool to have a weekly conversation with them, which we tell them they have to do with their manager. So if you don't do it, just saying. Next, the new consultant letter. That's what I send to the new consultant every week on behalf of the region, okay? So you have yours. So we touch them by JAFRA's email, the regional email, your email as a manager, and of course, whatever their new sponsor does, sponsor-er. In there as well is the recording of a live 75-minute, on average, live session that we recorded in January and February with real trainers with real interaction. Underneath that, so you don't get confused, we made mini modules, like beautiful modules that are about 30 to 35 minutes that just go through the training slides. Why? Everybody has a different amount of time and a different style of learning. Do I believe watching recordings is the magic? No, but if they can never come on a Monday night and this is what they can fit in, we've got it. Short version, live version, and these are the slides with study guides that we now have, because we can't get through everything every Sunday night, and it changes by the audience. We don't want to rush it. We just know there's a study guide. Those are slides for you as a leader alongside their welcome workbook, their Smart Start workbook, that you set up 20 to 30-minute weekly coaching calls at least the 4 weeks they're going through training and new or renewing themselves. So everything that we reference is all here in the unit. No searching, organized. I won't go through everything hand by hand, but the 2 college courses, we're gonna actually do Technology College 101 today in this slot as well. So there's party planning and market trends, comp plan and income, and technology. These will be our college courses. They're 90 minutes. There may be a lot of information, but they're kind of where you really go to school for core basics and trends of 2019. Party trends. I won't go through it all, but oh my gosh. Every single document, every kind of party with 5 departments, I added nail care, has been updated with the words from the college course in January. Tools, tips, tricks, trends, they're all in here. We even uploaded for you fun little gadgets like the lipstick personality, fun little gadgets that are in JAFRA like Stay Royal, Hostess brochure, skin age test, anything that is in Beautiful, we actually are moving into this pack so they don't have to constantly search. It's organized in a binder. All right, now I'm just going to do topics. Sponsoring, 16 total documents. So if you need training that JAFRA doesn't have, it's in here. It's a plethora of all your collections. It's not me. I just took your tools and I updated them to the market trends. Our regional calendars will house here. You don't have to search in WhatsApp. You don't have to search in Facebook. Lori's uploads every month for brochures to meetings, all in one unit. Training Tuesdays. This is only for leaders and future leaders, those ready to promote right now. Don't send someone there. They can look if they want, but they only need it if they are there as a leader. So leaders, you don't have to go to another Facebook page. We're going to have it all in one place, okay? I don't care. It's open training. But again, it's really for where you are. We will keep adding all the tutorials and tech tips in here and recordings. We'll upload those there as well to links as well as documents. Paint it purple. Everything you would want, we updated. Prospecting questionnaires. We updated the sachet test survey questions. We updated tabletops and lead slips to be matching January college courses. We updated how to do wellness sessions with the local business, how to reach out and sponsor beauty consultants, wellness, massage therapists, etc. Everything has been updated. Recognition, we will post here. We just haven't cleaned all the files up because everything else has taken a little bit more time. But all the files for recognition will go here because when I do that, it suits consultants and leaders. Magic Makers, there's your warehouse, so we're not doing everything on WhatsApp. And then last will be anything motivational, inspirational, and some of the things you want to have to be best at your business, okay? So if you made it, I'll always put your name there and give you a little message and shout out. So futuristically, should you want to go ahead and add something, please email me and we will just make sure it's suiting with everything and aligning to organization, and we'll put it in a unit for you, okay? So we will do that. So again, the other thing that I wanted to share was if we go back to discussion, oops, sorry, let me just let you know this. What we're going to do under files, so when you go to files, that's again for your own group too. You can see we have files, they go all the way back to maybe 3 years ago. My commitment is that Lori, I will do this part, Lori's gonna do YouTube. We are going to delete old, and if it's useful, we're gonna update it and put it into your units. So units will be your new answer, okay? For those of you, this is hashtag JAFRA movement time. There is a lot of movement going on, but not a lot in our Amber region. On your personal pages, on your profile pages, on your business pages, anything you can go more public, please do. And type hashtag JAFRA movement. That's how we're picking winners for Paint It Purple. And so if you want to go live, many of you have questioned what is live. So when you click on more in a discussion, more is where you can add files. More is where you can do a photo. More is where you can tag friends. On your own pages, you can create watch parties. You can do those funny little GIFs if you don't know what that is, GIFs, GIFs, whatever you all call them. You can type in a balloon category like that if you choose. It's also where you go live. Right here, okay, is where you click to go live, okay? So I'm using my camera right now. There's a way to double it, and I'm not going to do training on that right now between Zoom and Facebook Live. Lori and I will practice that and teach you. But typically, there is where you click live. It gives you a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and you're on live with Facebook, okay? So again, I'm not going to do a lot of training there. When you are stuck in any of this technology, if you go to Zoom, they have chat boxes and people help you. If you go to Zoom, you can download guides. You don't need Lori to make you one, even though we have some we're going to give to you. If you go to WhatsApp, you can ask for help. They have help. They have search bars for questions. If you go into Facebook, there's a ton of training and everything there. Block time this year to master technology at its finest. You don't need hours and time to, when you finally retire, to do it. Just block a little bit of tech time and training time to be the expert and learn a little bit and try little things. That's what a movement is being able to reach more of an audience and being able to do a little bit more together as a team. So if you get stuck, we have each other. That's why we have networking groups on Monday. I know you're all growing from that. It's amazing. That's why you have the community of WhatsApp. You have a way to communicate personally and say, I need help. Can you help me? Help each other. So I'm going to pause a minute. I know there's a lot of chat going on, but I wanted to show you a little bit on how you can clean up the trash. You can throw things. The units are there for you. Trust it. Be free and go out and be able to paint more, to be able to talk to more people, to be able to interact with them even more so on camera, Facebook Live, get your voice, get your faces out there. That's where activity begins. So I'm going to be quiet. Lori, is there anything in the chat or any questions or comments that anybody would like to add?
Everyone's very excited about the units. I told them we are too. Let's see. I haven't seen any questions popping up recently. I think we're good. If I missed anybody, please ask out loud or type it in the chat again.
And as you experiment while she's searching, as you experiment, if there's a hot topic, okay, that's why we have this Open Tuesday. So remember the system. When you sponsor, you have someone ready to come back to business Sunday night, 6 p.m. Pacific. They go 4 weeks in a row, okay? When you are driven and ready to earn Orlando, Los Cabos, that's your drive, that's your change. That's on Mondays. That is not recorded, okay? We're no longer recording Sunday nights. We want open sharing, interaction, and training. Mondays is networking. You have 2 times a day when you look at the regional calendar. And that's 8 a.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Pacific. Tuesdays is weekly Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific. That is for leaders and those ready to promote to leadership. We do action planning. We do hot topic like this. And we won't repeat this. It's going to college course. I am not duplicating what's already been done ever. Okay? I will tell you where it is, just like you will tell your consultants to go find it, okay? So it will actually store under units for the key things that we know are helpful. Then again, the 3rd week is live interaction, which is goal achieving and celebrating the goals achieved from previous month. Don't miss next week. We are going to be celebrating Rosa Lopez's district director and meeting all of her district, right, Jenny? We're so excited about that. And we're going to have a surprise guest for her. So we're very excited. So don't miss that. And then we do record our Tuesdays, okay? The fourth Monday of the month is party training. Always getting you ready for parties next month based on what's happening. When we do that, by the way, we will store that under party training, not Tuesdays. Everything's very conscious to the titles of the unit, okay? We're modeling this because you can do this as well within your groups. And you will be clean, you will be clear, and you will be free. So time to clean it up and start painting and having fun. All right, before I go, Lori, any other questions or anyone with comments or questions live from the audience?
Yes. So yes, this is recorded, and consultants and leaders will have access to all of the training in the units. We're not separating it anymore. So if you have a consultant who really wants to move forward and wants to watch the leader training, they're welcome to do that. But it will be separated in the units depending on what subject it was. This one will be under the college. We're calling it Tech Training College 101. We're doing these longer college courses, so that's where that will be. And then what somebody asked about, if a consultant is already on WhatsApp, already has it downloaded, how do I get her on the training? If you go to Smart Start, the Smart Start unit, there's a document called Tools, and there's a live link in there that will take her directly to the WhatsApp chat. It will basically add her to it. Or she can, and if she's on Smart Start, she should fill out the weekly registration. Even if there's not a lot to report, we really ask that you guys have all of the people and yourselves log yourself that you were there. For instance, we had 43 people on Sunday night and only 23 registered. So we're missing a lot. So we want to have people register every week, even if you're not filling out every single piece of it. Fill out that you were there, okay, and pass that on to your consultants that you're asking, and even guests. We have a section now that they can choose guest, and they're not required to answer any of the other questions. It just lets them know I'm a guest and I was invited by whoever it was. So it's important that they do that. Just we want to know who's there. And
Linda's white consultant sponsored the other night. She came to her first Zoom party, her Zoom training. Yep. So let me pause a quick second. Mm-hmm. I am not going to add all the consultants in your group to WhatsApp. So let me be really clear. You can add them to Facebook, which I strongly encourage, so you don't have to communicate. Let Facebook, you do have to communicate. What I mean is you don't have to tell them what we're telling you. Let them be, finding it themselves and finding the resources and networking with each other and sharing. We are not here just adding consultants because you want them in WhatsApp. They have to attend Smart Start. That is a Smart Start Sunday group. I'm not going to start a WhatsApp group for 10,000 consultants. You want dings? I say ding dong gone. Not going to happen, okay? So it is only for those attending Smart Start. The goal is they get to leadership and then move to the Amber Region team, okay? So eventually, that's really what the purpose is. So I just wanted to be clear. I don't want you to just have people go to the tools page. It is designed for what it's called a Smart Start group, okay? So because the coaches, the trainers, not coaches, the trainers are going to be literally interacting each week now. Our new coaches start this week. We're so excited. We love Marie and Lori. God bless them. But they need to be free on Sundays too. And so they're going to be able to just do their week. And our new trainers are going to step in, and they're going to be interactive throughout the WhatsApp group. Okay. So they're responsible for that week for motivation, inspiration, recognition, all the fun things we're going to do. All right. So thank you. Anything else, Lori?
Yes. Dia asked if someone watches a recorded version because it's too late for them to do live, should they still register the same way? And the answer is yes.
We can't recognize them or graduate. That's a great question. Please make sure they register. Leaders, FYI, I do email. It's not my wish to do email. but I do email. Typically when I have to send documents, because we still have a school of people who aren't on Facebook at their ages and stages. I respect that, so I will do that. But 2 weeks ago, I gave you the system and the processes of what we do with new consultants, and you have the guides, you have everything there. So go back and look at that system, and all those little Q&As on what is my role as a leader to support the Smart Start. It's all in there for you. Okay, so, and just, you can keep that in a folder if you want. You don't need to, because actually all the documents are here. We will not update our Smart Start. They're going to change, but every quarter we're committed to updating as we learn as trainers how to update those slides. But it doesn't mean you have to download them new. It's not about perfection. It's about just the content of how to do the Business Basics 101. Okay, so, but it's what's missing from Be Beautiful that's current today. It doesn't mean don't use the 8 steps to getting started in your business in your consultant training modules. Those matter. We reference them all the time. There's party training there. Everything's there. That's not in place of that. This is just more interaction and current trends today, because Be Beautiful hasn't been updated. And I don't know when that is, if it is. So that's our goal. JAFRA has training, and we have our collective training from all of your expertise. Okay? All right. All right, time's up. Anybody, last couple minutes, comments? Did today help? Couple of tips you're taking away? Yes. Okay. Anything else, Lori, in the chat or comments or anything we need?
Nope. It looks, everybody's saying it's great training and they love it, and I'm excited that it's recorded. And
cool. Well, you all got certified. You don't have to go back to this college course, but it's always there for you. Again, we're just going to build a few of those so that they're longer. We know that, but you don't have to, we're not going to give you all these millions of bits and pieces. Once it's recorded, it's in the unit. And you know what day it's on and who the audience is for. Very simple, so we're not multiplying in 80 different ways. It keeps Lori and I simple with more time, and it keeps all of you simple, so you know exactly where to go and we don't get convoluted and busy and crazy, okay? So clean it up, get painting, have an absolutely amazing paint of purple, and go live. Why not? #JAFRA Movement. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Gina.